Hello everyone, this is episode 2 of my jet tutorials. This episode is primarily meant to help you understand how to improve your skills for dogfighting. Now in this episode I'm going to cover several aspects of how to improve, from how you practice to the rules of dogfighting and to how to join the dogfight community. Now first off, I'm going to cover how to practice. Now this is one of the most important things for actually improving, and this will help you the most. It's pretty self-explanatory, but the biggest thing you need to do when you first start off, playing some pubs. Just get used to the feel of the jet, learn how to aim, get all that stuff down. Now once you're pretty comfortable with that and you're able to dominate in pubs against people that aren't great jet pilots, that's when you want to find some friends who are at your skill level or a little bit above it, mostly above it, because you want to actually improve. And it'll help a lot to be practicing with people that are a little bit better than you. So don't spend your time practicing against the dogfight gods because you're just going to get shit on and it's not going to be fun. You're not going to learn much. Try to find someone in your niche. Now that you've found your people to dogfight with, one of the best ways to improve is to use each other's knowledge to build on your own. Now as you practice dogfighting with your buddy, ask him what he sees you doing wrong. Try to see what your buddy's doing wrong and help each other out with these things. Now you may find some various items that you need to work on from these practices. They can range from your defense to your offense to your aim. Now one great way to practice defense would be to have your buddy start on your tail. Have him not shoot you at first until you start getting away a little bit, but try to work your way away from him and see if you can get back onto his tail. As you do this starting on defense more and more often, you'll notice your defense start to improve. And vice versa if your offense needs work. You just be the guy that starts on your teammate's tail and just work on your offense from there. Work on cutting and following. Now if you notice your aim needs work, there are many different ways you can achieve this. One way is by practicing in pubs, but at the same time it's a little hard because a lot of people in pubs don't fly well, so you're practicing aiming on people that aren't flying like they would normally fly in a dogfight. Another great way to practice this would be to dogfight against your friend while he's in the flanker. The reason for this is the huge hitbox on the flanker. This just makes it a lot easier to practice your aim because you're shooting at something larger. Now one final thing I'd like to say about this that would help you improve a lot is if you can find a friend who is willing to record dogfights, he can upload them to YouTube unlisted so no one has to see it, but it helps a lot to be able to see another person's perspective of your flying. From watching someone else's perspective, you can see the critical mistakes you might make during dogfighting. For example, you might switch away at bad times, and this might happen frequently, but as you see it, you'll know when to stop doing it. Up next, I'm going to explain to you Dogfight servers and their rules. Now, Dogfight servers are basically just private servers, typically on Caspian border or any map that has jets on it. Now, they're usually private, some of them are unlisted, but they're meant for nothing but strictly dogfighting. Now, there are many different rules for different dogfight servers, but generally the one you see in all of them is to share the jets. And the way this works is, if you get shot down, let the next guy take it. But if you crash, that means you get to go again. It's also important to remember that some of these people in these servers might be doing private matches. So whenever you join, make sure that you ask whether or not you can join the dogfight. I'm going to show you right now how you're supposed to start a dogfight. The way you do it is you fly at the other jets, you fire your guns to let them know you're ready, and when you pass, you start. Now there's many different styles to how to start, but the most important thing is you always want to be thinking about it and you always want to be unpredictable. You also want to make sure that as you pass the other jet, you're at perfect speed, because you don't want to start out with bad speed. Now in these next videos I'm going to show you will have various starts that you can use. First, what you're going to see is my opponent doing a vertical start, and I'm going to show you how to cut into that. Now what he's going to do off the start is go straight up in a vertical loop, and I'm going to do a sort of upward corkscrew over to the side, which will help me cut into where he is. Now what you're going to see here is that right off the start, I'm on his tail. And now this can ruin everything in dogfighting if you're not doing proper starts, because as you see right here, I'm going to get a kill almost instantly. Now the next video I'm going to show you is how to cut a horizontal start. Now if you're going the opposite way of him, you want to cut up like this, and then come back down onto him. The final start I'd like to show y'all is a fake out start. Now what you're going to do here is you're going to fake one way and then go the other way with ECM. This can fool a lot of very good dogfighters because a lot of people are very aggressive on the starts, and when they think immediately that you go one way, they cut very hard to get you that way. And if you fake them out, you can get very good kill shots off of it. One more note I'd like to add is that horizontal starts and vertical starts are often very dangerous. If you're going to do one, you have to be 100% sure you're aware of where the other person are. If you want a safe bet, do a diagonal start like you saw in the beginning of this clip showing right now. It's generally just a much safer bet. On top of that, the main thing you want to do is just be unpredictable. Do not do the same start over and over again when you're dogfighting the same person, because he's just going to cut into it every time. And do remember that starts are just as important as any other aspect of dogfighting. Do not brush them off, because if you do, you're just going to end up starting on defense every time, which can get really old and it's not going to work well for you. Now the last important information I want to tell you is about joining the dogfight community. This is where you're going to meet those friends that you can practice with to help you improve your skills. The best way to do this is to join dogfighting servers and become friends with the dogfighters that are in there. The other way to do this would be to go to the link in the description to the Dogfighter Hub. This will have links to different servers which will let you know the passwords, and it'll also have other dogfighters in the group that you can talk to and set up practices with.